Hello everyone, this is Aditya here. For those of you who know me, know the fact that I've been a Formula One fan for a very long time. I have supported the team in red ever since Schumacher joined them for the first time in 1996 and have been following the sport ever since. Now, the sport has taught me a lot. So, when I actually started my company of Aditya Rao Consultants, there were certain key things that I actually borrowed from the sport, though you may say that this is actually not related. So, here are the management lessons that I've learned from two of the greatest Formula One teams to ever represent the sport. Mercedes, who are the 7-time constructors world champions on a trot, and of course Ferrari, Formula One's most successful team ever. So, what are the lessons that I've learned from them? The first lesson that I learned from the Formula One team was to invest in the right talent. So, here I do not only mean the top talent. So, I'm not talking of Lewis Hamilton or Nico Rosberg or Michael Schumacher or Rubens Barrichello or Massa for that matter. It's also the people below them who are going to ensure that they are going to perform at the highest level. So it includes Toto Wolff from the current Mercedes team, it includes John Todt from the Ferrari team, or Ross Brown, or Niki Lauda, whoever you can say, they have invested in the right talent to ensure that the team keeps moving forward. And investing not only means getting them on board, but ensuring that they are a step ahead of the rest. So, when I say this, it is also about training, also about giving them the kind of leeway to keep on learning something new, to, you know, make an environment wherein they are allowed to commit mistakes. That's very important. And that's where they will get the right confidence to move forward. The other part is to align your team members towards the bigger passion or a goal. So when Ferrari actually, got Michael Schumacher on board, they had not won a world championship for quite some time. So I think it was more than 20, 30 years. I don't remember the number right now, but it was that long a time that they had not won a world title. And slowly but steadily, getting him on board did not mean that they won the title overnight. It still took them a good 4 years to go and win the world title. So it was a team effort, a deliberate team effort, a focused team effort to reaching the right goal and reaching the end goal. Conducive environment. Now this is very important. How often do we end up blaming our team members for certain things that they do? How often is it that that really happens in the corporate world? Well, we all want to move ahead, but it should be collectively as a team. So when Mercedes is winning constantly 7 times, which is no joke, they follow a no blame culture. So if there is a mistake, the team falls down together or the team rises together. There is no one to blame, it's the collective effort. That's what is the key. Keep raising the bar, continuous improvement or innovation. We've all heard of the term Kaizen, right? The Japanese term which says continuous improvement. So Lewis Hamilton always says that the minute they win the race, they celebrate maybe for a couple of hours or 3 hours or maybe that evening, but next day they are right at the job. They don't have time to keep thinking of the past. They have to keep on moving forward, focusing on the process. I think this is one of the key things that most of us have been told 100 times. If you look at the great sportsmen today, they follow a certain process. Mahendra Singh Dhoni was a great believer in process. He ensured that people keep on doing things so that they are able to move forward and get the larger goal and accomplish the larger goal. Know the rules of the game. Do you remember the 1998 Silverstone Grand Prix where Michael Schumacher was given a stop go penalty and he won the race from the pit lane? I'm not here to tell you that you need to make use or find flaws in the rules of the game. All I'm trying to state is that you need to know the rules of the game better than anyone else who's playing it. That's when you're able to gain a significant advantage over the rest. Last but not the least, have a very able leader. Lead from the front. It's important for you as a leader when you start off to get your hands dirty. If you look at Saurav Ganguly or Ricky Ponting, they had very able players in the team. All of them were superstars. But it took a very, very strong personality to get them together and keep performing at that level, right? That's the difference that Ricky Ponting or Saurav Ganguly made to the leadership of their respective cricket teams. That's what a leader is all about. People say Ricky Ponting got a very, very good team from Steve Waugh, but hang on, he won two consecutive World Cups. That says a lot about the team, that the way he led the team, and what was his character all about. These seven lessons are something that I learned from a sport which is very dear to me, a sport that has given me a lot, and a sport which will continue to be something that I continue to follow in the years to come. I really hope you like this video. Until next time, see you soon. Take care. Be safe. Thank you.